Hey guys, it's Putt Putt. So each year I seem to buy new gear to replace gear that just wasn't working for me or I was just never happy with in the first place, and this year is no different. So let's take a look at the gear I'm switching up for 2022. First on the list is I'm replacing this Patagonia Micro Puff. I basically haven't been happy with it since I purchased it. I feel like it is not very warm. For me, it gets me covered maybe down into the 50s or something, and I just wanted something a little warmer. So this year I went ahead and purchased the Feathered Friends Hooded EOS. This new jacket is warm down to probably into the 30s for me, so I think that is going to be a huge upgrade for me. It does weigh a little more than the Patagonia, but for the warmth, it's totally worth it. Since I'm through hiking the Arizona Trail this year, I figured I'd better upgrade and get something actually warm. Up next, I am replacing my homemade hip pouch here that I kind of use as a fanny pack with my backpack. It has worked out really great for me for like the past 5 years, but I just wanted something a little bigger, a little nicer that I could actually fit my Canon M50 in. The little shoulder clip thing that I've been using actually has caused a crack on the bottom of my camera, and so I don't want to use that anymore, so I decided to get a better fanny pack pouch. So this year I am switching it up and I bought a Z-Packs front utility pack. This thing is super nice, really big. It has a lot of room in there so that I will be able to fit my camera in there along with a camera filter and a few other little items. So that is number 2 on the list. Third on the list, I am finally changing from the Ultra Lone Peaks and have switched it up with the Hoka 11 Speed Goats. So I've been a huge fan of Ultras since like 2014, and they'd been working for me really well up until this summer. So this summer I started having some foot issues, and so I decided to switch it up to the Speed Goats, and they've been working wonderfully for me. They have more stability, more cushion, and I'm hoping that these are going to be an excellent shoe for me for the Arizona Trail. They have been an excellent shoe for me for some half marathons that I've run, and also a bunch of backpacking trips that I did in the late summer and early fall this year. So Hoka Speed Goats, welcome to my adventures. Number 4 on the list. This year I have switched it up and I got sick and tired of using this GoPro as my backup camera. It's just super unreliable. The battery would drain super fast, and sometimes it would record for me and sometimes it wouldn't. So this year I'm just going to be using my Apple 13 Mini as my backup camera. It takes pretty good pictures and video, probably at least as good as the GoPro, and so since I'm already carrying it, I decided that, you know what, screw the GoPro, screw all the extra batteries I need to carry for it and the extra SD cards for it. I'm just gonna use what I'm already carrying. So welcome to my filming kit. Quick interruption. I have this thru hike of the Arizona Trail coming up, and if anybody feels inclined to help me out with meals or food while I'm on this thru hike, I do have a link down below called the Buy Me a Coffee. You can donate to purchase maybe a meal in town or some food in town while I'm resupplying. That would be super helpful. Obviously, you don't need to feel compelled to do this. I will be doing this trip regardless and making videos for you. But if you feel inclined to donate, please feel free. The link is down in the description. All right, back to the video. Number 5 on the list. This year I am switching it up, and for the microphone on my camera, I am no longer going to be using the Rode Video Micro while out in the field. I just found it to be way too bulky and clunky, and I was always embarrassed to be filming with it while I was hiking along, having this big, huge dead cat looking thing on my camera. And a lot of times I would just choose not to film because I was so embarrassed about it or just thought it was super awkward or annoying. So this year I have decided to go with this Boya BY-M100 mini microphone. The quality is just a tad less than the Video Micro, but it is good enough for out in the field and definitely better than the onboard microphone on the camera. So I've decided to go with this little guy. I will be making a little homemade wind muff for this. This little thing that comes with it is not really good for wind. It's more good for like plosives, like when you're speaking, like P's and stuff like that. I'm just waiting for the materials to come in the mail to make one of those. So yeah, this year switching from the Rode Video Micro for field situations and just carrying this little guy. And number 6, this year I am switching from my old homemade alcohol stove to this little titanium Esbit stove. I'm switching away from the alcohol stove because I wanted an ultralight stove that was more in line with fire safety with all the wildfires that occur every single year now. Esbit tablets can be easily blown out, unlike the alcohol stove, which that fuel, there's really no way of controlling it. On shorter trips where weight's not really an issue, I've switched it up to using the Soto Windmaster stove, which is a canister stove, which obviously is a lot safer with fire concerns than using the alcohol stove. Is there anything that you are switching up this year for your backpacking kit? Let me know down in the comments, because maybe it's something that I would consider switching to. I love hearing about new gear. I love trying new gear, which is probably pretty obvious. But anyways, let me know if you're switching to anything new this year, and let me know how that works out. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see y'all in the next video.